Hey everyone, welcome back to the Analytical Coding. In today's video, we will understand the ISINSCOPE function in Power BI. It is very useful when we work with hierarchies and drill down reports, especially when we want different calculations at different levels. So let's get started. ISINSCOPE checks whether a column is currently in scope in the visual. That is, whether the visual is being evaluated at that column's level. So coming to its syntax, it takes one argument, that is column name. This function checks whether that column is part of the current grouping level of the visual, and it returns true when the column is currently in scope, and it returns false when the column is not in scope. Okay, so let us understand this clearly with an example. Firstly, let us see our table we are having. So this is the product sales table where we have a very simple data, category, product and its sales. Now, in the report view, here we have a matrix visual. Let us add the category and also the product into the rows so that we will be having some hierarchy. Now, if we expand this category, you can see the sum of sales are being recalculated for the products, right? So this is how matrix works, right? Now let us understand this ISINSCOPE function. Here I have written a measure here, that is switch statement. So ISINSCOPE of product column, then return product scope, and if it is in scope of category, then return category scope. Now let us understand how this is in scope function works by adding this measure into our matrix. Here we have categories and also products, right? So for the row having category, we are getting category scope. For the row with product, we are getting product scope, right? So here what we understand is correct regarding is in scope. So if the current level of data is in the scope of the column mentioned in the function, then it returns whatever we mentioned. Otherwise, it returns the blank value. So here, if I write if condition instead of switch statement, okay, let us see what happens. Here, I just use one function, that is in scope of product. That is, if the current row is a product column, then return product scope. Otherwise, return category scope. So now when I click on enter, let us see what happens. So you can see how this is being calculated. So the current level, it checks whether it is a product. No. So that is why it returned the next statement, that is category scope. So in the same way, it checks every row, and if it is in the product level, then it returns product scope. If not, it can be either a category or it can be either a total row. It returns the category scope. You can see here, even for the total row, we are getting category scope, but that is completely wrong, right? That is why I have used this switch statement, because it considers both product scope and also category scope. So when we use the switch statement, we will be getting this blank value for the total row, because the total row is not even under the category level or even under the product level, right? So this is important while we are considering is in scope function. So it checks whether the current level in the total hierarchy is in the scope of the column mentioned. That is, whether the visual has that column which is mentioned in its argument. Now, you may ask me that even we can use has one value or has one filter, right? So let me show that also. Here I have written this one. If has one value of product, then return product scope, else not a product, right? Now, when we check this visual, you can see for category level it is returning not a product. So has one value is working correctly as in scope, right? And even in the total, we can see not a product. Okay. Now let us check whether it is correct or not. So if I filter for chair, here I have a slicer with product, right? So if I filter for chair, you can see furniture is in the product scope. But if I haven't filtered anything, you can see furniture is not a product, right? So it is working fine when we have all the rows. But when I filter for one value, you can see even the category is under the product scope. Is that correct? No. Why it is being happen? Because has one value requires exactly one value. So if we have exactly one value, it returns the true statement. That is why we are getting product scope. But the is in function which we are working on, it doesn't check with the filters. It check the current level we are working with. So let me add this into the visual as well. That is SU1, which is related to the switch statement and is in scope function. You can see, even though I have filtered for product, we are getting category scope in the category level, right? But in case of this category or product where we have used has one value, we are getting wrong value because of the filter we have applied. So I think you got the difference between these two. Let me also explain you one more thing, that is column order or hierarchy level is important while we are dealing with is in scope. So let me explain you whether that statement is yes or no. So is in scope function checks the current lowest level of the visual. So in a matrix, the last row field becomes the lowest level. So if we change the order of values in this row of matrix, we need to change the order in which we have written the is in scope function. So here you can see in the visual we have product as the lowest level. So while writing is in scope function for the switch statement, which I have written here, I had to use the lowest level first and then I had to increase the levels. Otherwise, we will be getting same value across all rows, because here you can see we have added category first, right? And then we have added product. That means product is a part of category. So we are correct. If I add category in the first statement, that is, so let us change these two. So let me keep the category as the first priority and then product as the second one. Okay. Now what happens? So here the first row is accessories. It is a category, right? So in the switch statement, it checks the first one. Is it a category? Yes. It returns category scope. It will not check this one, right? Because here we are returning with this value. And again for the second row, handbag. So it is a product. So it will go to switch statement, is in scope of category. So here you can see even for products we are getting category scope, because the category column is still part of the current visual grouping when we are at the product level. In the other words, at product rows, both category and product are in scope. So we are getting true because the category context is still present at the product level. Even you can observe that during the drill down, the higher levels remain in scope when we drill down, right? When we write is in scope function, we have to consider one thing, that is, we have to place the lowest level in the first priority while writing the is in scope function. So that is how it works. So we are clear about the order in which we have to specify the is in scope function, right? So now let us see one more example. So here we are getting sum of sales for categories and also we are getting the sales for each and every product, right? Now what we need is, we need total sales for category and contribution of each product for the sales of each category. So here I need the value in terms of percentages and the category level should be in terms of sales only. So how can we achieve that? So we can do that using the ISINSCOPE function. So here let me show you how we can do that. Firstly, we are using switch statement, and first one is we need to check the lowest level, right? So is in scope of product. So if the current level, that is if the current row is a product row, then this is the function we are writing. So firstly, we need to have a percentage if we have the product in the row, right? So for percentage, we need a numerator and denominator. So numerator is the total sales for that row, whereas denominator, it should not get affected by any filter context or row context. So that is why here I am calculating total sales and removing all the filters that we are getting to the product column. We will be doing the division between the total sales for that row and total sales of the product in that category. So we will be getting the contribution of each product to the category, right? And here we are just multiplying with 100 because we need values in percentages. Otherwise, we will be getting 0.34 or 0.24. But we need here in terms of percentages, 24 or 34. That is why I have multiplied with the into 100. Okay. And next one, if it is not in the scope of product, then it will be going here and checking is in scope of category. If the current row is having category, if yes, just display total sales. So we do not need any percentages, we need the total sales. So this is the measure we are going to add into our visual. Here we can see that for category scope we are getting sales, but for product scope we are getting percentages. So this is what we want. This is being happening because of ISINSCOPE function. We can use it for getting different values for different levels. We are clear about this ISINSCOPE. Now let us add a card and add this ISINSCOPE function. Let us check what happens, right? So here we have a card and let me add the same contribution measure, and you can see we are getting blank value. Even though if I filter for particular product, you can see we are getting blank value. But here we have value in our visual. But in case of card, we are getting blank value. Because as I said in the very beginning in the definition of ISINSCOPE function, it checks whether a column is currently in scope in the visual. That is whether the visual is being evaluated at that columns level. In case of card, we are not having any columns directly. We just added that measure, but we don't have any columns. The column which we used in InScope need to be present in that visual. Then only we will be getting a proper value for the measure which we are calculating. So that is why ISINSCOPE is mainly used in tables, matrices, and hierarchy. But that doesn't mean ISINSCOPE require a hierarchy object. It means that it requires the column to be part of the visual. So if the column is not used in the visual, ISINSCOPE will always return false. So we should be very clear with this ISINSCOPE function. So in order to understand this clearly, you have to practice it along with me. You have to practice after listening this video. So then only you can understand, you can play with that ISINSCOPE function, and you will be knowing it much better. So this is completely about ISINSCOPE function. And if you found this video helpful, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.